Want to know the best publishing companies to stay ahead of the curve as an aspiring author? I got you. Stay tuned. I'm Allie Tugwell, Amazon bestselling author and author success coach at selfpublishing.com. No two companies are the same, so don't rely on trial and error when it comes to working with a publishing company as an author. In a world of scammy vanity companies eager to take an author's money and run, you have every reason to be cautious. It's more important to do your research and understand which traditional and self-publishing companies can actually help you publish a book that's high quality without running your investment dry and selling you empty promises. So you're probably wondering, what's the difference between traditional publishing and self-publishing or hybrid publishing? Whether you want to publish a nonfiction book, a fiction novel, or even if you're writing children's book, the path to becoming an author lies in researching which publishing companies are actually legitimate. In today's publishing marketplace, self-published authors are leading the pack. Now, as an authorpreneur or author entrepreneur, you have total control over the cover design, content, and distribution of your book. You get to choose when to publish and who to publish with. You probably have lots of questions regarding publishing companies, such as, what are the pros and cons of each publishing company? Who is the easiest to work with when it comes to formatting, distribution, royalty payments, or tech support? Do you just go with the biggest platform like Amazon KDP and call it a day? Is it worth it to publish with several other very reputable retailers and distributors to maximize your reach? What exactly do publishing companies do? In the book industry, publishers serve a wide variety of purposes, all related to the book's production process. Depending on the route, a book publishing company's purpose can vary as well. In a traditional setting, the author is given a book contract that basically sells their rights to the book to the publisher, who then oversees the production process. This could mean that essentially the publisher owns the rights to your content as an author. If you have plans to sell courses, speak from the stage, or do any kind of spin-off creative project, at best, you'll have to make a request in writing around using the content, and it could take weeks to get you an approval, costing you time and money. Also, many authors think that it's lucrative to publish with a traditional publishing company, and that's not always the case. Many times, you won't see another dime after the advance until you sell a minimum number of copies, say 10,000 of them. You can also republish your self-published book with a traditional publishing house later. So that is the path you want to take later on. It is an option for you. 9 times out of 10, self-publishing is the route that makes the most sense for most authors. But because there are a lot of moving parts and assets involved, I recommend finding a company that will help you navigate this. In publishing companies that cater primarily to self-published authors, the purposes can vary as well. You might have heard of the term hybrid publisher. These companies also cater to self-published authors. Learning how to self-publish can be daunting when you're first starting out, and each company has something slightly different to offer. So what are self-publishing companies, or hybrid publishers as they're often called? Well, we are one of them. Selfpublishing.com offers book publishing and production services to independent authors, as well as guidance from everything from concept to outlining to launching the book. These companies work differently depending on the type of service provided, but ultimately each operates within the space of producing and publishing a book. There are 4 main types of publishing companies: aggregators, which handle book distribution for authors who want a hands-off process; retailers, which provide platforms to sell books directly; educators, which teach authors how to self-publish using proven methods; and servicers, which offer author services like editing, cover design, and printing. Self-publishing companies are different from traditional publishing companies, although both work by transforming an author's written manuscript into an actual book. While traditional publishing companies are more concerned with choosing which books to publish, buying the rights to the book, handling book production, and keeping some of the author's book royalties, in traditional publishing, the publishing company is listed as the publisher of the author's book. Self-publishing companies help the author oversee the entire book production and publishing process, and aren't selective in the type of book being published. These companies usually charge a one-time fee rather than continuous book royalties. In self-publishing, it depends on which company you are using, whether they list you as the publisher or whether they are the publisher. So what are the best options for self-publishing? If you are wanting to self-publish, there are hundreds of publishing companies, from mega retailers such as Amazon that sell everything to smaller private publishers focused on specific genres. In terms of knowing which is the best option for you, you'll need to consider what type of self-publishing company can best meet the needs of your specific book. For example, we know that Amazon has over 80% of the book market share. But if you set up your book for wider distribution through an aggregator, you can tap into a huge international market. This could lead to other publishing opportunities, such as having your book sold to a traditional publishing house. It isn't a question of, will I get published? But these days, the bigger question is, who do I publish with first? This is a very good problem to have. Do your research before publishing anything, and please don't sign that dotted line until after you've watched this video. There are plenty of scammy companies that are simply vanity publishers, meaning they like to call themselves publishing companies, but they do not deliver quality services and overcharge with authors who work with them. Avoid them like the plague. Here are the criteria for the best self-publishing companies. Number 1, the book publishing volume. This is the amount of book sales volumes that this company has shipped. They have proven themselves in the marketplace with a high shipping volume and a business model that you can trust. Look for a company that has published 500 books or more. Number 2, reputation and trustworthiness. These companies are legit and come recommended. You should cross-check this with trusted reviews from the Better Business Bureau and other platforms like Google. Make sure that these companies are not on the blacklist on writerbeware.com. The next one is customer reliability, a proven track record with authors as easy to work with and trustworthy staff and communication. The next is helpful resources. These self-publishing companies have a plethora of publishing resources for authors to get the job done. Some of these services and materials are free and some are paid, but what matters is that they are offering you what you need to get published and sold. Affordability. You can publish your book within your budget, but you have to consider that if you're doing it on your own without a publisher, you have to pay for the book cover designer. You have to pay for the formatting, the editing, all of that. If you work with a publisher, some of these services may be included, so consider that. Subscribers lists. These companies have large lists of thousands of subscribers to their newsletters or services. So if you are an author with one of these companies, they may promote your book to their list. So which self-publishing company is right for you? Well, here are 10 that I recommend. Kindle Direct Publishing. That's KDP for short. When people think about self-publishing a book, Amazon is usually one of the first companies they consider. Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing is a self-publishing platform where authors can publish their print and ebooks. In the United States alone, Amazon makes up 40% of self-published digital books. So as an author, you can't afford to ignore the power of Amazon in the book publishing space. What makes Amazon so critical in the publishing arena? Well, first, Amazon has a widespread reach that puts books in front of millions of browsers per day. They also offer competitive royalty rates. We know KDP is a big deal in the self-publishing business, but publishing exclusively on Amazon and ignoring the other companies could put you at certain risk as well. What happens when Amazon decides to change something and you suddenly lose half your income overnight? As a first-time author, you might consider staying with Kindle Select for at least the first 90 days to build momentum for your ebook. But if you push forward and write a series of books, go wide and expand your global reach. Barnes & Noble Press, which is also known as Nook Press, is, according to their website, a free, fast, and easy-to-use self-publishing service that enables you to publish and sell directly to millions of readers. Barnes & Noble has been a leader in the book industry for many years. The name implies the brick-and-mortar retailer for books, but in the age of digital publication, Barnes & Noble, also known as B&N, now has a premium ebook platform that can compete with the rest of the growing ebook market. While getting your book into the physical shelves of Barnes & Noble proves to be a challenging task, you can set up your ebook and print book through Barnes & Noble Press. Important thing to consider with Barnes & Noble Press. Books published with Barnes & Noble Press retail only at their online and physical bookstores, and royalty rates range from 55 to 70% depending on the price of the book. Barnes & Noble has many resources for authors to help with the publishing process, and they have strong affiliations with some of the best service providers in the industry. Barnes & Noble has partnered with Reedsy for editorial, 99 Designs for cover design, Incubate for marketing solutions, and Girl Friday Productions for publishing resources, just to name a few. It's also free to upload. You can take advantage of the cheaper printing costs with Barnes & Noble directly to their site instead of going through a third party, which is a big advantage. Kobo. Kobo is a Canadian-based company based out of Toronto and a subsidiary of the Japanese e-commerce company Rakuten. Kobo is an open platform that supports the most popular formats, including EPUB, EPUB 3, and PDF, and allows readers to buy and read digital content from various sources. Kobo's marketing power makes up an estimated of 25% of all ebook sales in Canada. That's pretty huge. Important things to consider. Cost. It's free to upload your book to Kobo, and the royalty rate is 70% on books priced more than $2.99 in the US, or 45% for books priced below $2.99. As an international book retailer and one of the largest ebook stores, Kobo should definitely be on your list for publishing. It operates in 16 countries outside the US and has over 5 million titles available in 77 languages. A great feature of Kobo is the self-publishing platform called Kobo Writing Life, also known as KWL. This site features an easy-to-publish platform for your books, as well as a detailed sales analytics tool to allow authors to track sales in real time. Apple Books. Did you know Apple has a publishing company? It launched its self-publishing platform in 2010. The self-publishing platform for authors is Books, and it's relatively easy to upload your book. Publishing on iBooks authors is free, and the royalty is a flat 70%. Apple fares very well with its direct marketing approach to Mac users, making it the second largest online retailer for ebooks. Pretty impressive. Important things to consider with Apple Books. You have to be a Mac user to publish directly to the Apple Store. If not, you'll need to use an aggregator such as Smashwords or PublishDrive free to upload and publish the book. The royalty rate is 70% for most books sold through Apple only. There's no browser reading. With Kindle, you can read the books in the browser. That's not so with your Mac. The format. iBooks authors use the EPUB format that is not compatible with most other platforms. The contracts. Authors can discount books for free at any time, and there's no exclusive distribution contracts to weave through. I recommend you visit Apple Books Publisher User Guide and download the checklist just to make the publishing process as easy as possible. Selfpublishing.com. Yes, that's us. When it comes to online learning for self-publishing, we have a whole gamut of resources available to you. Our CEO, Chandler, a 7-time best-selling author, has made it his mission to change the publishing industry and tilt the tables in favor of the author. Our site provides tools, author education, author services, and coaching to help you navigate the entire publishing process, as well as a lot of done-for-you publishing assets like book cover design, formatting, book description, ISBN numbers, all of that jazz. We also offer templates, checklists, and guides, as well as open office hours and group coaching sessions every day of the week, so you get your questions answered fast by coaches just like me. Since late 2014, our company has helped over 7,000 authors become published. For more advanced authors who have already published and are looking to scale up book revenue, we have other programs on advanced book marketing and building an online course from your book as well. Reedsy. Reedsy is a company that provides authors with a number of self-publishing services. It is a powerful outsourcing platform that connects authors with editors, proofreaders, formatters, cover designers, marketing strategists, and ghostwriters. Authors need lots of help getting a book ready for publication, and Reedsy makes this process simple with one-stop outsourcing. You can get an editorial assessment of your book or a query letter review for authors looking to publish the traditional route. Reedsy is not an aggregator or book retailer, but focuses on providing educational materials and services for authors. This saves a lot of time and banging your head against the wall because you just hired another outsourcer that totally messed up your book for formatting. Lulu. Lulu has been around for a very long time and is one of the oldest publishing platforms when they first began publishing and distributing ebooks in 2009. By 2014, the publishing giant had produced 2 million books. The process for working with Lulu is relatively straightforward. As an author, you upload your book to Lulu, and authors can purchase their own books through Lulu. By acquiring an ISBN, your books can be distributed to online retail outlets such as Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and Apple's bookstore. Some important things to consider with Lulu. The royalties. The author receives an 80% royalty for print books and a 90% royalty for ebooks after sale. Lulu's ebook conversion, publishing, and distribution services are free, but they sell a variety of author services, including editing, cover design, formatting, promotional services, and book marketing. Lulu has a plethora of education and information and houses a large platform to help authors with every step of the publishing process. IngramSpark. When it comes to wide distribution for print on demand, IngramSpark is the place to go. Before CreateSpace was acquired completely by Amazon, it was the main storefront for authors setting up print books. But now, KDP and IngramSpark work closely together to print and distribute hard copies through print on demand. They boast to be the industry's largest global book distribution network to over 39,000 libraries, bookstores, online retailers, and schools and universities. Ingram also distributes to the top online retailers, Amazon, Kobo, Apple Books, and Nook. Some important things to consider with IngramSpark. Formats and quality print. Ingram prints everything from novels and graphic novels to children's book and business textbooks. Ingram offers hardcovers as well as paperbacks and high-quality print jobs as options that KDP doesn't have. So let's talk about pricing. $49 for print and ebook together, or $49 for each if you do it separately. When it comes to royalties, for distribution orders, Ingram Book Company takes 15 to 25% from the wholesale discount, and the rest goes to the retailer. You receive a 40% royalty when selling through IngramSpark only, but opt out of Amazon and you will receive a 45% royalty of the list price. The ISBN is required. Learn how to get an ISBN for your book if you plan to publish with IngramSpark. This is the most up-to-date info that we have, but as always, just double-check on the websites themselves just in case these prices tend to change. PublishDrive. As a relatively new company, PublishDrive is making a big strides as a core aggregator. PublishDrive is an Apple-approved aggregator and Google partner, making it a powerhouse for global distribution. Some important things to consider with PublishDrive. The cost. Most retailers or distributors charge a royalty rate for sales. PublishDrive charges a monthly subscription rate, and you keep 100% of sales. If you choose not to go with the monthly subscription, PublishDrive charges a flat rate of 10% on all sales. It has over 400 stores worldwide with direct distribution to Apple Books, Kobo, Amazon KDP, Barnes & Noble Press, and Google Books. The support team. PublishDrive has a core team of specialists with 24/7 support. BookVault. BookVault is a UK-based print-on-demand and distribution service with a growing presence in Europe and North America. We often like to refer our authors that are looking to publish on sites other than Amazon KDP to BookVault. Like other print-on-demand platforms, BookVault enables authors and publishers to easily produce and distribute physical books without the need for upfront inventory. What sets it apart is its integration with a wide network of retailers and its customizable printing options, offering various trim sizes, paper types, and cover finishes. It also provides tools for managing global distribution and has been expanding its partnerships across key international markets. If you're looking to break into international print on demand with flexible, scalable solutions, BookVault is definitely worth considering. Are you ready to start your self-publishing journey today? I know this seems like a lot of work, and this was a lot of information, and you could expend tons of effort without seeing results at first. But I promise it'll be worth it if you put in the work and follow a proven process like the ones we have at selfpublishing.com. Now that you have a solid list of the best companies that are out there, what's holding you back? The decision to publish and make a living as a best-selling international author is now up to you. No matter where you are in your author journey, if you're committed to writing and publishing your book, take the next step. I'm Allie. I'll see you in the next video.